Hey everyone, it's Uncle Rico. This piece of filler content is long overdue. A while ago, fellow Star Wars lover Sci-Fi Soup uploaded a video explaining his choices for as to why a certain Star Wars character fits a specific alignment within the classic D&D chart. Since then, Grey Jedi 91 has also made a video explaining his choices as well, so I figured it was my turn. I encourage everyone to get involved, whether you write your own choices in the comment section or make a video response. Alright, enough babbling, let's jump in.
We're soldiers. We have a duty to follow orders and, if we must, lay down our lives for victory.
In my opinion, nothing says lawful good like the quintessential soldier that is Captain Rex. Much like Soup's choice in Plo Koon, Captain Rex is a staunch servant of the Republic, but at the same time is a very caring friend who places the welfare of his men with the utmost importance. His sense of justice is of the highest order, and was made evident when he risked accusation of treason to apprehend the fallen Jedi Master, Pong Krell, as he couldn't bring himself to allow Krell to get away with the atrocities that he had and would likely have committed. He learned to respect the beliefs of those that didn't agree with the war, yet he stuck to his code, and maintained a high degree of concern and compassion for his friends and colleagues.
We're at war and you want a quiet place to think?
What makes me think of Romko Tahir is something that Soup said in his original video. An opinion that we share is that a major reason for the Jedi Order's downfall was that they were too lawfully adherent to an exceedingly corrupt Republic. Coda believed in what the true Republic stood for, but at the same time didn't necessarily commit directly to it. Ram Koda's neutrality first seemed to show itself to me when he was revealed to have ignored the creation of the clone army in favour of his own untrusted militia. Not only that, but his willingness to work with Galen Marek and Juno Eclipse, despite the horrible acts they'd done in the past, and his recruiting of his former Padawan's clone, also speaks to his belief that all who can fight for the greater good should fight for the greater good. He doesn't believe in a pacifistic response, and instead is a man of action, which almost certainly stems from his days as a child soldier on his homeworld. This is the category that I would probably fall into if I were an active Force wielder, or a vigilante in some other fictional franchise, as I find many of these characters' views relatable to my own, and they often end up being my favourites. As such, Lucien Dray easily became one of my favourite characters from the Knights of the Old Republic comic series. As the Covenant's top enforcer, Lucien's mission and goal was straightforward: seek out any threat to the Jedi and the Republic, in particular the Sith, and destroy it, at all costs. His dedication to his mission was so strong that he ordered the Covenant's Padawans be slaughtered when they received a vision suggesting that one of them could potentially be a new Sith. After finding out that he'd been manipulated by hazing for so long, Lucien did the very thing that I enjoy in a lot of chaotic good characters. He ran the risk of becoming the very thing he'd been trying to destroy. But what separates chaotic good from other chaotic alignments is their ability to finally pull through and see the wrong in their actions. Even if they continue to be somewhat over the top, they still have limits.
You can't judge all assaults as the same.
Does that sentiment apply to Imperials?
Not everyone in the Galactic Empire is evil, and while my opinion on this may be a bit premature to judge the character, I am all the more intrigued by Agent Kallus' most recent depiction. He did show a pretentious personality previously, yet after we did get to see how he ticks, it is my belief that this is simply a result of his immense dedication to law enforcement. Kallus believes in what the Empire stands for: security enforced through a police state, not control through fear like Vader and Sidious. While many members of the Empire took pride and joy in the difficulty that the Empire forces upon its citizens, Kallus simply sees it as the most prominent way in which to attain peace, regardless of the extreme measures he has had to take. I feel this statement has more weight added to it when he reveals his respect for the Lasat guardsman he killed in the name of duty, along with how he was eventually able to show respect for Zeb. Considering the fact he is now showing signs of doubt about the Empire, I think Agent Kallus is a stern believer in law and order and is simply immensely dedicated to achieving it, as he believes in assertive action if it achieves, in his mind, some form of greater good, but at the same time he doesn't believe in pointless genocide.
You seem less hospitable than our last meeting.
My mood is based on profit.
Pirates have no true affiliation. Hondo and Naga seeks only to further his own personal fortune, but at the same time isn't completely devolved to the point where he believes in pointless slaughter, and actually has a sense of honour. He's willing to work with almost anyone to further his cause, but will also fight those same people if he feels they are a hindrance. He's one of my favourite characters in TCW and brings a sense of humour that I have long wanted to see in Star Wars. Just like how not everyone in the Galactic Empire is necessarily evil, not all Darksiders should be automatically considered evil, in my opinion. Jaruus Sabayoth was very much an extremist, but he had an intention that could be seen as to be appreciated. His methods of doing so were just very questionable. He believed that the Jedi were the most significant beings within the galaxy, and that they were its saviours. But this also led to his pretentious outlook, and influenced his ideals on extreme punishment for actions that were considered otherwise wrong. And when Luke Skywalker finally refused his offer to become his apprentice, he instead opted to clone the young man. One way or another, he would have had a powerful ally to continue his legacy. He was willing to work with Grand Admiral Thrawn and the Empire if he felt it benefited him, and would have likely done the same if he had come into contact with some other party that might have been of aid. His goal and desire for peace were respectable, but his de-evolution into the dark side had definitely degraded his sense of judgment.
Fear will keep the local systems in line.
When Emperor Palpatine established the Galactic Empire, Tarkin's influence only reinforced the idea that the galaxy should be ruled by fear. He exhibits that calm and assertive attitude that many leaders are known for, but you can tell that there is something much sinister underneath. He tolerates no such form of failure, and has an extreme view on how the galaxy and politics should be run. But this is all in the line of law and order, at least in his eyes.
And what do you seek now, Sith?
Fortune and power.
It probably won't come as a surprise to some of those watching that my favourite character is on this list. For the majority of his younger years, Darth Maul served as Palpatine's lackey, a loyal lapdog. It wasn't until after his defeat on Naboo and his rescue by his brother did he seek to accomplish his own ends. It was straightforward and simple: obtain as much power in every aspect of the word, and use it to destroy those he had a grudge against. In the Death Sentence comic series, Darth Maul was willing to sacrifice an entire species just to further his own ends. He doesn't care for the problems of others, but get in his way and you will surely die.
There is no strength in the hunger he possesses, and the will behind his power is a primal thing, and it devours him as he devours others. His mere presence kills all around him, slowly feeding him. He is already dead. It is simply a question of how many he kills before he falls.
The Lord of Hunger. What else needs to be said about the enigma named Darth Nihilus? He wants to consume as much essence and life energy as possible, and will feed on millions just to satisfy his unquenchable thirst, no matter who or what may lie in his way. He cares nothing for anyone or any cause. He'll continue until he consumes the galaxy, if he doesn't consume himself first. Well, that's it everyone. This was a fun little video to work on, and so I want to say thank you for Sci-Fi Soup for coming up with this idea. Who knows, maybe we could all do one for different franchises. Again, I encourage everyone to get involved. It's always fun to see different characters on different lists. Well, until next time, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.